Hey there, Capricorn. Sorry, I'm choking. Welcome to your reading for. This is going to be your next big 4 changes that could be coming in for you in 2024. I have a little bit of a scheduling issue, so and I've been off my reading schedule, so I want to get back on it, and doing a random reading at this time is the best way to do that. So that's why we're doing a random reading. But in your first row here for your first big change, you have the butterfly and the hyena. The hyena is about like seeing the humor in the dark, right? Seeing the laughing at it's not like about laughing at your darkness, but it's like about laughing at the things that have happened in the dark, right? Or kind of like facing your fears, and but it's not even that. It's more about kind of like being more playful, which we actually see here with the Seven of Swords, because the Seven of Swords, he has these polka dots on his cloak, and polka dots in the tarot represent taking things too seriously, but kind of like the feeling that I get there on the hyena is that it's almost like you are kind of laughing at things that some challenging things that you've been through, and it's like by doing that it's almost like you're taking the power away from whatever that is. So I don't know, I feel pretty good about this actually, Capricorn. I think that there are good things that are coming in for you because you have transformed. You've literally in your first row, we're talking about your big changes that you're meant to hear this year. That's what this reading is. And you have the butterfly card. The butterfly in this deck kind of can represent something that is fragile, something, when you think about it, butterflies' wings are very fragile, and especially when they come out of the cocoon, they're in a very fragile state. So I feel for a lot of you, I actually feel pretty good about this. It looks to me like you're building something. And I feel like what the butterfly is talking about is structure. I feel the butterfly is saying, like, if you've ever seen a butterfly come out of its cocoon, it has to like pump its wings up, right, with fluid before it can fly. And, it's almost like that's what you're doing. You're adding structure to some sort of project or something that you're working on here, Capricorn. And again, I feel it's going to be very good for you. It's going to lead to a lot of success. I do feel like some of you, I'm getting a lot here, just so you know, in this first row. I feel for some of you that you're also like working on something behind the scenes with the hyena. It's almost like you're working on something in the darkness. And maybe you're doing something behind the scenes. And if you are, number one, I think it's a good idea to kind of, I think that keeping something, private is not necessarily a bad idea right now. I also feel that whatever you're working on is going to be very successful. So, just know that if you are working on something like a project, a business, or even yourself behind the scenes, there will be a result. You have the Five of Pentacles, King of Swords, and the Devil. Five of Pentacles, I almost feel that you are worried that you're not going to have the finances to be able to complete something. I feel like you are. I feel that there are some changes that you need to make. We go Wheel of Fortune, Eight of Pentacles to the King of Pentacles, which is crazy. That is like very good finances. That is a complete turnaround in your finances. But I'm also not going to like sugarcoat the reading, right? We have the Seven of Swords, the Five of Wands, Eight of Swords here. So there's clearly something that you need to do to be able to get your finances into a position where you can either make this change in the first row or, build whatever you're trying to build, right? And so I think part of the answer is King of Swords. King of Swords, he can represent a mentor or a person who has a lot of knowledge and wisdom. This doesn't even have to cost money. This could be a person. This could be you reading a book at the library, which I'm pretty sure is free. I don't know. But it could be you going on the internet, which is kind of free, and watching some videos from a mentor. But, the King of Swords I always look at as a person who has answers to any problem you have that can solve them very quickly. So, again, if you are trying to improve your finances or if you're trying to build something, I would learn about it. It'll probably solve your problem very quickly. Also, by the way, there is a big butterfly right here. So you're clearly going through a big transformation. You have the Devil, which is you. And so I feel like you're coming up in a very strong position here. You're coming up in a position of power and strength when you show up as yourself. And I kind of feel like you're embracing the Saturn energy of yourself and you're just like putting in the work, right? So I kind of see you putting in the work. I also do feel the King of Swords could be you. Like you could be very cold at this time, not like in a bad way. I'm more talking about like you are just behind the scenes. You're maybe more focusing on some sort of project that you're working on or something like that. Let's see. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Seven of Swords. Yes, you are going to have to get tactical with your finances. I personally do not read the Seven of Swords as a bad card. I don't like this, though, I will say. This going here. I always tell people like I don't read tarot in a vacuum. I think sometimes people look at tarot as being read in a vacuum, meaning they like see this card, they're like, oh my god, it's a bad reading, when all the other cards could be positive, or they see this card, they're like, oh my god, it's a bad reading. To me, you have to take everything into account. That's why I don't read reversal. I read energy, right? And we go from Devil to Seven of Swords to Five of Wands, and it's like saying to me that you could have dealt with a tricky person. Even we also go Five of Pentacles with right here, Seven of Swords, Emperor. So there could have been a situation involving an Aries. Either they were the liar, or I kind of get like third party. Like there could have been an Aries that was a third party to whatever you were in, if that makes sense. And I think there were some problems that were caused, here. With this energy. So, I would be careful of that. But more importantly, I'm going to show you on this big version just because it's easier to see. More importantly, Seven of Swords is a card of tactics. He is stealing those swords from an army in the background so that they can't be used against him in battle the next day. So it's a card that really says that, are there better ways of doing things? Literally, the next 20 years is all about just finding better ways to do things. I talk about third place solutions all the time. You have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords in your last row. Two of Swords is my card of third place solutions. I believe third place solutions are going to save the world. The problem is that they're going to come from us, not from like the government or Mark Zuckerberg, or even worse, his dad, Bill Gates, right? Or something like that. Zuckerberg is the dollar store version of Bill Gates. But what I would say here is that, again, they're not going to save the world. Klaus Schwab definitely isn't. We are, us little people, right? And so that's why I am dedicated to encouraging people to make sure that we don't have to like live in tiny little boxes and eat bugs while they, turn us into like Hunger Games or some crazy shit like that, right? So your job, Capricorn, is to focus on is to focus on something new. The Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. So there's something new and exciting, a new opportunity that you're working on behind the scenes. This is going to be very successful for you. I feel like you just have to keep working on it. With the Devil, you have the Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is, kind of like about being independent. And again, it's funny that I said that I felt like you're kind of more working on yourself, If she has Six Pentacles over here, if it wants to focus, Six Pentacles over here, Three Pentacles over here, she's kind of keeping Six Pentacles for herself. And the Three Pentacles are what she's willing to give out. So she's very picky with her energy, and she makes sure that she doesn't overinvest. And while I do feel the Nine of Pentacles is very good for you in this reading, it's about gratitude and luxuries. You definitely could be improving your finances. I also kind of feel it's saying you are being picky with your energy, but in a good way. This is not a bad thing. Next, in the area of your next big change number 2, you have this family room card and you have this courtship card. I feel like there's love available to you. So there could be a person who sees you, who wants to have a family with you, but I also feel you are worried about love. Again, maybe you're coming off of a heartbreak or some sort of situation where we've definitely talked about this before, but I do feel some of you, there is I kind of feel this is asking you to open up a little bit. Six of Pentacles just says, the Nine of Pentacles just says, don't overinvest with a person. I kind of feel like there could be a person coming in for you, and that could definitely be your next big change that like wants to warm you up or whatever the case may be. And I would open up to this if you want love, right? You have the Wheel of Fortune, the Seven of Swords, and the Eight of Swords. Wheel of Fortune is obviously a change in your fortunes, so I feel like things could be improving. To me, one thing I will say is that the Wheel of Fortune is something that you do. The Wheel of Fortune to me is an action. It should be an action, maybe. The wheel is always spinning, and in our life, and most people just allow the wheel to spin, and they just are flying by the seat of their pants. We can have more control over the wheel. When bad things happen in our life or when challenges come up, the wheel says take care of it right away. Don't run away from it. Don't hide from it. When good things happen, double down on those good things. Expand the good things. Get more out of them. And if you live your life that way, then you're in control of the wheel and your life will get better and better and better. And so the wheel, I believe is a card of your destiny, but how you see it, it's like your path as you think it should go. And it's also a card of controlling your path. You have the Seven of Swords, which we've talked about ad nauseum here. So, Seven of Swords, lying, cheating, stealing. I feel like some of you have dealt with a person that made you feel very stuck. Eight of Swords here. So you could have been in a situation with a person where you didn't really know what to do with the Eight of Swords, but really there were a lot of options and answers. I think if you look back on this situation, if you were stuck in a connection that wasn't right, we've all been there, right? I think if you look at it, you probably will say to yourself like, wow, there were a lot of moments where I did want to leave, or there were a lot of things that kind of made me want to end the situation. So, again, if you're being honest with yourself, I think that you will see that there were a lot of parts or, situations or things that happened where you're like, I really should have just kind of like bounced on this whole situation here. And, I kind of feel that you're opening up to that. I feel like you're being honest about it. The reason I say that is because you go 8 of Pentacles to the Judgment card. So it's like you've woken up, or you are waking up to, the fact that maybe you should have left a situation, or, whatever. With the Wheel of Fortune, are you kidding? You have the 2 of Cups. Definitely love coming in for you here. I kind of feel like with the 5 of Pentacles here, it's like there are two people. It's almost like you could be attracting a person who has been through something very similar to what you've been through. I say this a lot to Scorpio. And you have the Wheel of Fortune, which is Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, or Leo, or Sagittarius. So it could be one of those signs, because again, I say it to those signs a lot. You also have Taurus and Aries here. So, it could be a Taurus or Aries. It could be any sign. General reading. Take it how it resonates. But I feel like it's going to start as communication with the 2 of Cups. Sometimes I feel that the 2 of Cups is more like a communication card. It is, because this right here is the Staff of Hermes, and which represents Mercury. And so, obviously Mercury's communication. Also, that courtship card, it's like a little bit of a slower, love situation. With the 7 of Swords, you have the 9 of Cups, total wish fulfillment. So there's like some sort of wish coming in for you. I just feel wish. I don't really feel anything else. With the 8 of Swords, you have the Temperance card, turning your situation around. Again, I think the universe is trying to say, like, are you just going to continue to live in misery? Or are you going to turn your situation around? Because you can. I really feel this is not bad. I think that the universe is trying to empower you here, Capricorn. Again, I'm not going to sugarcoat this reading. I definitely feel that Pluto in your sign for the last 20 years has been difficult. Pluto is going to retrograde one more time into your sign before it officially leaves in November. But I don't, again, you've already been dealing with it. And I don't think it's that big of a deal anyway. It's only going to 29 degrees. Wouldn't even worry about it unless you are a 29 degree Capricorn. I wouldn't even worry about it. Even if you are a 29 degree Capricorn, wouldn't even worry about it. Because again, I think that you've experienced the energy, and it's only going to be in Capricorn for a very short period of time this time. And I think that really what it's trying to teach you is that it's okay to reinvent yourself. I think that Pluto in Capricorn to Aquarius, that going over the cusp there, but also having had it in Capricorn, is teaching you, or has taught you, that you can turn your situation around. Like when something happens, you can create change. This is a card of transformation. It is a card of alchemy, turning one thing into another. And the whole entire reading is basically saying that you have the power to turn your situation around, right? Next, in the area of your next big change, number 3, you have this card that says, don't worry about what could go wrong. If something does go wrong, you'll be able to make the best out of it. Are you kidding me? We just said this with the Temperance card. You have this Caution card. It says more going out than coming in. I actually feel like it says reevaluate your priorities as you are risking a substantial loss. What is going on inside of you is triggering bad money behavior. But I actually feel like you are looking at your finances. I feel like you are examining the things inside of you that maybe make you spend money, or or money blocks or whatever. I actually feel you are improving your finances. You have the 8 of Pentacles. You go to the King of Pentacles here, and so that to me would say that really you're improving your finances. You have the 5 of Wands, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Emperor. 5 of Wands is a card of conflict and competition. But really, 5 of Wands is my card of needing to go on some sort of crazy adventure to get something you want. You know what I get off of this? And I just saw 222, by the way. I have my YouTube up, and if you ever see, like, in the little brackets there, because I have a ridiculous amount of notifications, it says 222. But, anyway, what I was going to say here with the 5 of Wands is that this is like saying, I think there's like some sort of Hail Mary going on here, and not like in a scary way, but again, there's like something that you've been working towards for a long time. And I almost feel that the universe, it's like you're saying, okay, I have like one more thing that I can try. I have like one more idea. And I would encourage you to try it, especially if you're working towards, a goal, wish, dream, or, if you're working towards a big idea in your life. I kind of feel that this is saying, well, okay, like your Hail Mary is, try your Hail Mary, like whatever it is, like go for it, go for the gold here. And I think that'll lead to a lot of success. You have the 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles is material success on the horizon. Eight of Pentacles says you've been working towards better finances, and now you are improving your finances. He's working diligently on one thing, and I would definitely encourage that for you, Capricorn. Just looking at the reading, I think that you could have a lot of ideas, but I kind of would just like pick one and make it happen with the Eight of Pentacles. But, whatever you're working on, I feel that there are going to be improvements in your finances. I also feel like you are kind of like in this mode right now of just head down, nose to the grindstone, making things work. You have the Emperor bossing up energy here. Definitely bossing up. I think that Capricorn has a great opportunity over the next 20 years to rise, to rise to the top of whatever it is that you want. Again, you've been going through a very difficult period of time for like 20 years maybe, and it's like you have two choices. You can stay where you are or realize that the things that you've been through have actually made you significantly stronger, and it's like now whatever's coming, you're easily going to be able to climb up the mountain. You're easily going to be able to get to the top, and so I would encourage you to do that. I would encourage you to realize that you've grown big muscles and now you need to climb to the top of the mountain, or you need to like finish your journey or whatever the case may be, right? So let's see. With the Five of Wands, you have the Hangman here. Yeah, it's like something you've been waiting for. Again, the Hangman, he's sacrificed movement. So it's almost like you haven't been moving, or you feel like there's been no movement. And now I feel the universe is like, okay, well, your head is glowing. You've gained enlightenment. You have the Judgment card right here. So the universe is calling you to, change your purpose. Not really change your purpose, but to answer a call, to do something big with your life. I wonder really if that's what this reading is talking about. I don't really know. I'm not really getting that intuitively, but just like my hunch here, my feeling on it is kind of intuitive, is that, the universe is like saying, okay, you've been working on all these things. Now you're ready for a big project, or you're ready for the next big thing. And it's encouraging you to work on that, whatever it is. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Three of Swords. Definitely a need for forgiveness. So again, if you've dealt with something from the past, I would be careful of a past person coming back here. I mean, Wheel of Fortune and Judgment are the only two cards that I personally consider to be ex coming back cards. I tell everyone, don't go back to an ex. So, trust me, I'm right there with you. I tell everyone, don't go back to your ex. So I'm not one of those readers that's like, oh yeah, your ex is coming back. No, I don't. Rarely does it happen, and rarely is it worth it, right? So what I would say here is that I think that this could be a person trying to come back, but I would be careful because it looks to me like you're working, you're finding success, and then someone pops up their little peanut head and back into your life and ruins your day, right? And so I think that this is saying like you're on a good path. You're going in the right direction. Don't let someone try to shake you off your path, right? And so this could require forgiveness or completely moving on or blocking or whatever the case may be. With the Emperor, you have the King of Wands. Yeah, I feel there could be a fire sign coming in for you for sure. If it's not a fire sign, I would say a very fiery person, very fiery personality that could be coming in for you. I see you being very entrepreneurial at this time as well. That does not mean that you have to have a business, by the way. It could, sure. But really, the entrepreneurial energy, I feel, is like you are very serious about the things that you are working on. I also feel you really could be nurturing the things that you're working on. So you could be like picking a project and saying, I'm going to really nurture this into existence. It could be a project in your backyard. You could be growing bananas in your backyard or something like that. I don't know. But like whatever you're doing, it's like, I think that it's like this is the best way to put it is that this is your approach to it. I think that you are like nurturing things into existence. Could be a family as well. So, it doesn't have to be a business. I think it's just your approach. For your final change here, you have this chaos and conflict card and this no place like home card. I kind of feel like you are turning chaos and conflict into success. So you've been through a chaotic time. You can see that the zebra there, it's like the outside is falling away and it's revealing a zebra. And so I feel for a lot of you, the butterfly at the beginning kind of says you've been through caterpillar soup and now you're coming out the other side a beautiful butterfly. So that's what's going on here. Even here, we have the Judgment card. These people are rising up from these coffins on the Judgment card. Judgment says like those coffins represent their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life. And I feel like you are stepping into a new life. I feel like you are stepping into a time that is, going to hopefully be much more positive and much more enlightening for you with the Hangman and probably full of love. So I feel like you have a lot of good stuff to look forward to here, Capricorn. I would just take control like we've been saying this whole entire time with that Wheel of Fortune, right? You have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is this or that thinking, but again, Two of Swords is my card of third place solutions. She's thinking this or that, but there's a new island behind her, and that new island kind of represents a new opportunity or a new direction that she could move in or something new that she could work on. And if she would go to that new island, she would find success. So, I feel for a lot of you that you could be going to that new island, finding success or finding something new. You have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is financial stability, and number one, I do feel that some of you could be attracting a Taurus. It's either a fire sign or an earth sign, or it could be someone who has a lot of earth or a lot of fire, in their chart. It could be like an earth sign with a lot of fire sign with a lot of earth. Take it how it resonates, but definitely could be a person. But I really also feel that this is you improving your finances. Let's see what's going on here. With the Judgment card, you have the Hangman. Definitely, I would two Pisces cards here. I would definitely trust your intuition. The other thing is your ruling planet Saturn is in Pisces. So, what I would say is, in a lot of ways, you are kind of more intuitive at this time. And so I would definitely trust your intuition. I would also look into mysteries. Like if something captures your attention with the High Priestess, I would trust it. Like, back in like my dad, right? He told me he has a super nerd friend who probably is like on a freaking yacht right now, right? So my dad had a super nerd friend, and so my dad told me about Bitcoin back in like 2011 when it was like a dollar, right? And I remember my dad telling me about this. He's like, my friend is like into this weird thing called Bitcoin, who's probably on a freaking yacht right now, probably on a private jet in like Dubai or whatever, right? He told me about it, and I remember being like, wow, that is super interesting. But like the way that it hit my intuition was like a little bit more than something normally. And it's definitely one of those moments in my life I regret not looking into it, right? Because even if I just bought like 100, I'd be like, I would be in Dubai right now. So, but the reason I'm babbling on about this is because with the High Priestess, again, I kind of feel that it's more saying that there could be like a hunch you get, or, just a subtle feeling where someone gives you an idea, or you have an idea, and it feels like I would follow your intuition strongly with that energy right there. With the Two of Swords, you have the Eight of Swords. Yes, Eight of Swords is thinking only one way. And so you have the Eight of Swords twice. Two of Swords says, no, there's like actually a third way. You're thinking this or that when there's like another way that you could do things. Another way I've heard this, but I can't remember who says this. It might be Robert Kiyosaki, but I don't remember. But, he says that a coin has three sides. A coin has the heads or tails, but it also has the edge around the coin. And so, again, that's kind of popping into my head with the Two of Swords. It's like, you could be thinking this or that, are the only ways that you can accomplish something, but there's actually the edge of the coin. There's like another way that you could be, accomplishing success in business or your love life or whatever. With the King of Pentacles, you have the King of Pentacles. Basically, the universe saying I meant what I said. So you are improving your finances. Are you kidding? Your very first card here. This card says money will be coming to you. There you go. So you are definitely improving your finances. I'm not worried about your finances as well at all. It's raining coins in on your life. You have this tulip card that says great passion. I kind of feel this is a return to passion. I almost feel like intuitively that this card should say return to passion. If you have been feeling passionless, if you haven't been knowing what to do or whatever, it's like I always say I'm basically a Capricorn. I have a crap ton of Capricorn in my chart, and even over the past few months, like there have been a few moments where I'm kind of like, man, I do not know what I want to work on right now. Like I haven't had a passion, right? And I haven't lost passion, but I just had this weird feeling. And so, but I feel like there's like a return to passion where you could be discovering passion or becoming passionate about something, and it just is like more guidance, right? You have this Tanker card. It says celebration, fun, enjoyment. Yeah, I would definitely, I feel like all readings, I pretty much encourage you to socialize. I would really encourage you to socialize. I think there are more benefits than just social for you in socializing. Could find love, could get good ideas from people that you socialize from, could just socialize and have fun, which would be good. You have this hat card. It says you will be playing a different role. Yeah, I really see you leveling up just in general. We talked about this with the Emperor, right? And then you have this feather card, which I'm dropping, and it says someone you know is undependable and insincere. This past person. I feel like you have a past person who just has a story they are never going to change. It just is what it is. I feel like they're just never going to change. I don't know how. Don't shoot the messenger, right? And if you want to make the mistake, go for it. But some people just do not change. People rarely do. People have to want to change. And I feel like this person, it's like, yeah, they know how to say a lot of stuff. I think they know how to say the right things. They know how to make it seem like they do want to change, but I think they screw you every time. And, I would be careful if you have a person like that in your life. That's what I'm getting intuitively. But really good. Definitely money coming in for you. So thank you for being here, Capricorn, and definitely enjoy your year.